Congratulations, Americans. You guys getting it done.
USA! 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 Ah!
Today, Team USA draws first blood on War of the Worlds 2. Johnny Bananas and Nany are here to break down the explosive season premiere.
This is my room!
Okay, but I'm talking to my friend.
No, they're not your friends. You just met her.
And Kurt and Ashley Busch are off the track and on our couch to talk racing wives.
I can barely drive a go-kart.
This is your reality check.
This is going to be so messy in so many ways.
Welcome, everybody. Fun fact, it is National Cabernet Day. Where's my wine? I keep asking for my wine. I still haven't got it. I'm Lyndsey Rodrigues, your host. Welcome to Reality Check. Today, I am joined by NASCAR's Kurt Busch and his beautiful racing wife, Ashley. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Of course. Are the two of you doing well?
Yes.
It's nice. Great to be here. Thank you.
I'm really glad that you were here. And also later on the show, we're going to have MTV's The Challenge Vets, Johnny Bananas and Nany on the couch. They'll be breaking down last night's season premiere of War of the Worlds 2. If you caught it, then you know how intense it was. First, though, Ashley and Kurt, it is time for our top 5. At number 5, the Brown clan grows by one more. Sister wife star Maddie Brown Busch and husband Kaylin welcomed their second child, a daughter Evangeline Cody, on Tuesday, August 20th. The couple previously told People that despite Maddie's polygamous family, that they would be staying monogamous. Now, guys, we're seeing a big sort of boom in polyamory and thruples and very untraditional types of relationships. What do you think of this trend? And do you know many people that date in a more sort of modern way?
I can't say that I do. I'm not 100% sure what a throuple is, but it sounds interesting.
3 people
Okay.
in a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say we're a little bit more practical.
Right? Standard, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, there's no problem at all in what people's choices are.
Whatever makes you happy, yeah.
I like that attitude. At number 4, Bachelor Nation's Becca and Garrett are doing just fine, thank you very much. Becca was on site for Chris and Crystal's wedding on Bachelor in Paradise, but fans noticed that her fiancé Garrett was missing. Now, his absence caused some fans to wonder whether the couple had split. So afterwards, the former Bachelor was flooded with messages asking why she attended solo. So she posted a series of videos on her Instagram story explaining that he had a surprise birthday party that he couldn't miss. In other words, he has a life of his own and other things that he can do without his fiancé by his side. But I'm curious to know, have you guys ever had these kinds of situations where you dare to attend something without the other and people speculate on the status of your relationship?
We have actually a few times where I'll be playing polo and he'll be racing and people will comment, where's Ashley or where's Kurt and why aren't you there that weekend? I'm like, wait, I have a life too. I have a career. Like, sorry, I can't be there all the time, but it doesn't mean anything's wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, the conflict on the scheduling is tough with 2 professional athletes in the same household. And I love the way that we prioritize each other's schedule with each other to make sure it happens the least amount of time.
Yeah, of course. And then, so when you do get those kinds of comments, do you bother responding, or are you just like, you know what, we know we're good. I don't need to.
No, I don't even engage.
I think
they'll figure it out.
Smart way to go. Yeah, don't fan those flames. At number 3, Pumpkin shared a sweet Instagram post in honor of her little sister, Honey Boo Boo's 14th birthday, 5 months after their mother, Mama June, was arrested on drug possession charges. She captioned the post, "Today you're 14 and I'm so happy I get to spend it with you." She went on to share that things haven't been the easiest lately, but I promise we'll get through it. I love being your sister mom, which is really, really sweet. I have to ask you guys, we're seeing a lot of reality shows get a second shot on the small screen, like The Hills and Jersey Shore. Is Honey Boo Boo something that you would like to see revived?
I would love to see Honey Boo Boo come back with another show. She is so hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I'd love it. She was great in the beginning and everything that went on, and why not?
Yeah.
I mean, second chances, everybody deserves it.
What kind of antics would you like to see her get up to now that she's a teenager?
I cannot even imagine
we don't have
trouble
kids
she
that
would
old
get
yet.
into.
Yeah.
We don't have kids that old yet. We wouldn't know what kind of trouble.
We don't have kids yet.
Right. Well, I have to wait and see if it happens.
Yeah.
At number 2, speaking of kids, Chrissy Teigen thinks that her 3-year-old daughter might be following in her own swimsuit modeling footsteps. Chrissy and her husband, John Legend, have been on vacation snapping adorable pictures of their kids, Luna and Miles, on the beach in Thailand. Chrissy captioned a post of her daughter by tagging the Sports Illustrated swimsuit editor, who responded, "Effortless beauty, check. Chic suit, check. Toe point, check, check, and check." So here's a question for you. Your brother Kyle and yourself, obviously professional race car drivers. Would you want any of your future children or your nephew Brexton to follow in your footsteps?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's inevitable. He's going to want to drive something. And then if we have a little girl or boy and they want to get into polo, for sure.
Yeah.
Whatever they want to jump into and go.
Absolutely.
And Ashley, you have a swimwear line.
I do,
actually,
yes.
and it's called Monarch Rain.
Yep, Monarch Rain.
Where did that name come from? What inspired that?
I love monarch butterflies, and I've always wanted a very strong but feminine name for my brand, and I thought Monarch Rain was perfect.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Now, here's a
you.
question. Would you like to see Chrissy Teigen modeling it?
Absolutely. Chrissy Teigen or Luna, anybody.
Any of them. I have to say, I was kind of worried when Chrissy posted this because people love to troll her so much and comment on her parenting skills. So the fact that she was tagging her daughter as to Sports Illustrated, I was worried that the trolls would come for her.
Just think of it this way, though. Tegan's already got to try to post it now. That's how hard it is to get into Sports Illustrated. You got to work your way up.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Keep after it.
And
It's not going to happen overnight.
No, but it will happen. And you know, we also know that Chrissy is the queen of the comeback. So even if they did come for her, she's got this.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And at number 1, it looks like Naomi Campbell isn't the only star who vigorously cleans her airplane seats when she flies. On Wednesday, Heidi Klum shared a video of Nicole Richie prepping her first-class seat for takeoff, furiously brushing down the space with wet wipes and laying down her own personal seat cover on the chair. I think this is really funny. What do you guys like when you fly? Are you obsessive about the cleanliness, or are you just like, you know what, whatever?
Hey, the rubber gloves is a new level.
I know.
That's next level.
I might try the rubber gloves, but I am definitely a clean freak.
Okay.
And I do wipe everything down, and I have 12 packs of wet ones with me at all times.
Oh,
but
wow.
I haven't gone as far as to have a seat cover yet.
Okay.
But I like
That's
that
like the
idea.
next step.
Kind of like that idea.
Yeah, scale of 1 to 10, I give you a 6.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it?
Okay, so you're thinking.
Oh, so what do you think you
Well,
are? on
good.
the
I thought
scale?
I bothered you with
Well,
my
that looks like a
cleanliness.
10
Yeah,
as far as that next
that's like
level.
maybe an 11.
That
She
is-
probably has her
yeah.
own linens for the hotel when she gets there as well. I
Right.
mean, I don't know. I'm just like kind of one of these people. I'm from Australia, so like I just buckle in for 24 hours and I'm like, I'm just going to be in my own filth for the next day.
Yeah.
We'll get there when we get there.
Maybe I need to up my game. I don't know. All right. Well, look, we're a couple of episodes into the inaugural season of CMT's Racing Wives. What has the process been like for the two of you?
It's been interesting. It's definitely an experience just having cameras follow you around. It's something to get used to, but it's been great so far.
Yeah. And for you, like, has it been amazing seeing your wife, like, getting this platform and being able to share her personality and her talent with the world?
It's been fun. There's
Yeah.
been so many different little things that I've been trying to tell her about with the racing world that I go through. It's neat for her to be on that side of the camera and go, okay, that's what happens here, this is what goes on there. And a lot of it was scheduling. That's still the toughest part, is making sure we can always be together and make it happen, because I want to support her.
Of course.
And she said she wanted to be part of the show because it's a new portal for NASCAR fans to enjoy NASCAR from behind the scenes.
Yeah. Well, look, obviously you both compete professionally, as we mentioned before. Kurt, you as a driver and you as a polo player. So how does that competitiveness play into your relationship? What is game night like with the two of you? I really want to know.
Competitiveness is a big part of our relationship.
Okay.
And whether it's the basketball game or mini golf or cards,
This one playing putt-putt, like miniature golf,
Yeah.
there will be a hole-in-one no matter what through one of the holes. Now, does she back it up each time? No. But
sometimes I have to let you win. I can't make you feel bad.
I'm sandbagging to make sure that the score stays close, and then she'll go and attack at the end and get.
Right.
No, shooting hoops. This one can shoot some hoops.
Yeah, nice.
But don't let her drive a go-kart.
No.
Well, yeah, you mentioned that on in the
Not
the
good in a
promo.
go-kart, not good in a race car. I'll
right.
leave that to you.
But I'm horrible on horseback.
So there you go. I mean,
Yeah.
you're the perfect team. And also, you're more than just competitive. You're also incredibly generous. So can you tell us a little bit more about KB100?
Of course. For my KB100 ticket giveaway, I've given 100 tickets to every NASCAR race, and it's through our military program, vettix.org. Yeah. Anybody in the military can go and grab a ticket and come to a NASCAR race. It's just my way of saying thank you for the freedoms that we all enjoy.
I love that. I always love to see people with a great social platform using it for good. So thank you for doing that. And also, we have to ask you about last week's episode, because we saw your sister-in-law, Samantha Busch. She was struggling to find sponsors for female racer Amber Balkan. Was that a surprise to you at all?
It's a difficult world, and finding sponsorship is the main thing that keeps you in the car and puts you on the track every weekend. So
Right.
Amber is an upcoming driver. She wants to be a NASCAR driver and break through, and Samantha's helping her.
Yeah, I think that's great. I like that there's like a lot of charitable elements to this show. I also love the charity where they help parents who are struggling to conceive with like the funds for IVF,
Yes.
because you know everyone should be able to be a parent if that's what they want. So
Yes.
I love that again that you guys are using your platform for so much good. So
Thank you.
thank you very much for being here today and chatting all about Racing Wives. Guys, you can make sure that you catch that show. It's on CMT Fridays at 10 p.m. Right now we are going to head to break, but when we come back, Johnny Bananas and Nany will be in the studio talking about War of the Worlds 2 that premiered last night. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have I proved myself? Yes! Woo! Are you entertained?
Welcome back to the show, you guys. I've never felt less fit in my life because right now we have two absolute legends from the Challenge franchise, Nany Gonzalez and Johnny Bananas. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
I am in awe of you guys.
Aw.
I watched the challenge and I'm just like, oh man, like it hurts to even lift the remote. And you guys are doing these incredible things in the jungles of Thailand, no less,
Yeah.
this season, season 34. So obviously that premiered last night. Team USA versus Team UK. Don't hate me, I'm going for Team UK.
That's all right, girl.
It's going to be a long season for
I
you
know.
then, young
I
lady.
might go UK too.
So I hear. Now, despite there being a lot of mistrust on your team, you were able to win the very first challenge, the Warfare Challenge, the Trench Warfare Challenge, which gave you the first pick of the reinforcements. Let's see how that played out.
Which male are you choosing?
TJ. We choose Turbo.
All right, CT, that means you are with the UK.
This is one of the most uncomfortable moments I've ever had on the challenge.
I can't lie to you, my heart broke a little bit for CT, and I think it was a very surprising choice for audience members. Can you walk us through your thought process a little bit more?
Of course. I feel like that is everyone's thought. You know what I mean? Everybody watches it and viewers are so confused. They're like, how could you not choose CT? He's an American, he's your friend. But really a lot of strategy went behind our decision.
And that's the thing, again, as you said, as a viewer, right?
Yeah.
You got to realize what you see from your couch and the parts that come on TV, and again, the strategy that goes behind it, there's so much more to it than that. For us, the way I looked at it, and the way we saw it was, Team USA, we have 16 championships combined. You don't get there from not knowing how to play the game, by not getting your hands dirty in the past, by not screwing people over. So the way I saw it was, we've already got enough cutthroat savages on this team.
Right.
What we're going to take, you know, probably the most prolific one of all time and add him to the mix. In addition to that, it's like we were going to use him as like a mole. We're going to put him on the other side, on the UK side. Hopefully he can feed us intel.
Yeah.
And knowing how CT plays the game, maybe burn down the Brits from the inside out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. But I mean, were you scared though that not only you'd hurt your friend's feelings, but that he was then going to be out
This is the challenge.
I know.
All is fair.
Yeah, I
Love
suppose.
war and
Yeah.
challenges, all right? We were going to hurt his feelings. I mean,
No.
come on. The thing is, the second you play this game with emotions, you lose. It's you have to think strategically.
Yeah.
And from a strategic standpoint, you know, if we want to sit here and reminisce about the past and we've done so many seasons, it would be great to run a final together. I'm sorry.
That's fine. We can beep it.
My thing is more like, what's going to make my path to the final the
Yeah.
easiest? And we're forgetting the fact that it's like Turbo was the other guy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not
That's
like
true.
we're tossing up between like CT or
And just some random.
unproven
Yeah.
rookie.
Yeah.
Turbo,
won.
I'm still
Yes.
convinced that Turbo isn't even a human being. I'm pretty sure he was like, I don't know, created, sent from the future to destroy
mean,
all
he
of
is-
mankind.
Yeah.
I definitely think he's a bit of
Yeah.
a god, that's for sure. Well, look, the extent of CT's anger became pretty evident on the first night when we witnessed that huge fight with Josh. Let's watch that.
I can speak louder. If you want to scream, I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight you.
No, you're not.
I'm not going to fight you, but if you want
He's
to
the one
scream,
instigating.
I'm not instigating.
No, so
I'm
leave
having my
the room.
I'm having my voice. Why do I have to walk
Because this
out?
is my room.
Okay, but I'm talking to my
No,
friend.
they're not your friends. You just met her.
I mean, talk about emotions.
Ooh.
I mean, this escalated so quickly
Yeah.
and seemingly over not a whole lot. So at this point, what's going through your head?
Honestly, I wasn't even there for the start of the fight. I mean, I showed up towards the end
Get
of
a
it.
tranquilizer, get an elephant trank gun out.
But honestly, I didn't realize, you know, watching it last night, I was like, CT does seem kind of hurt that we didn't choose him, and that's where his anger is kind of stemming from.
Yeah.
But again, at the time in the house, like I said, I showed up at the end of the fight, so I didn't know what it was about, how it started, or I really didn't get to see CT in his anger and kind of how or why he erupted the way he did.
Yeah.
I don't think it has to do with that. I think what it is a lot of times the first night, there's a lot of turmoil. We just charged into the house like a band of wild animals.
Right.
Everyone's now has been drinking everything they can in sight. I think CT didn't have his cigarettes either, and you know how he gets when he doesn't have his smokes. So I think it was just a lot of factors. And the thing is with him is he's like anyone else. It's like people get moody. With him, when he goes off, the best thing to do is just be like, back off and leave him alone.
Yeah.
Exactly,
What people always try and do.
Don't poke the angry bear.
Well, not even poke the angry bear. Don't even try and calm the angry bear down. Just leave him alone.
Yeah, walk away.
I've learned this in the past. It's like when he's fired up, it's like the more you try and calm him down, the closer you get, the more you try and restrain him, the more angry he gets,
Right.
the more agitated it makes him. And Josh didn't get that. And Josh just it's like, dude, just shut up.
I
You don't
know,
need the
poor
last
thing.
word.
Because he kept trying to like defend himself and defend himself, and
Not
That's what he said. He
realizing
said
that
just
that's pissing him off more.
If Josh would just shut up and left the room, it would have been better. But
It
it's like
would've
you
been
just you keep on antagonizing him, and that's what's gonna happen.
Also, I mean, you guys are jet lagged, and
Yeah.
you've done a
There's a
challenge
lot.
right away.
There's a
alcohol.
lot.
The theme, the format of the show has just been thrown into our face. We don't really know what to expect. There's so many emotions
There's
going
a
through
lot
every
of
single one of
layers
us.
to it, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we also saw last night veteran Wes playing the game on both sides, but you were onto him bananas, you were onto him, and you made sure the rest of the tribunal knew that. Let's check that out.
Wes knows that his only shot is going after guys who are new to this game or are new to working with him. Joss and Rogan, he has them 100% locked in his camp, and Wes is going to convince you guys to vote the way he wants to go to benefit his game.
And of course, your suspicions were confirmed that Wes was in fact being a bit of a rat. Were you feeling betrayed when you discovered this, or to you was it just like, this is inevitable, he's such a politician when it comes to these
Very
games?
betrayed. Listen.
He cried, actually.
Because I trust Wes. And you know what they say, to be betrayed, there has to be trust first, and I trust Wes with everything. Listen, I knew coming into this game that was going to... Wes's game doesn't change.
Okay.
Wes is arguably the most predictable competitor that's ever played this game.
If you know him.
He comes in, same game plan every time. I'm going to go after the rookies. I'm going to manipulate a bunch of people who don't know any better, and I'm going to convince them that I can take them all to the final.
Yep.
And before they have a chance to do the math and be like, wait a minute, 14 people didn't go to the final.
Right.
They're all eliminated.
Meanwhile, he's confessing to having DM'd all of them pretty
Oh my
much before the game even began.
And if you notice, the people that Wes tries to align himself with, they're never vets. They're never people who played the game before because everybody
he knows he can't manipulate them.
Well, of course.
Everyone knows his game. So instead, he has to go after the rookies. And after last season, the biggest mistake I made was sitting back too long and letting Wes do his thing, get people in his camp. And before I had a chance, it was like he already had all the numbers on his side of Scrooby. So I came in this season being like, that's not going to happen again.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make sure I point out his game day one and I, blow up his spot.
Well, here's a question for you. Seeing as he does play the same strategy every single season, what is it that makes him such a compelling person to watch for viewers, do you think?
He's very intelligent. Very intelligent.
You have to give him
that. The guy basically has if you're a card player, like a 2-5 offsuit, and somehow he's turned it into like pocket aces. Like the guy wasn't born with the greatest hand. I mean, you just appearance alone, and he's somehow.
Come on, this is me.
No, I'm being serious. I mean, Wes lost the day he was born, essentially. So, but he's managed to be able to convince people that he is what he's something that he's not.
Right.
And he's very good at it, and he's funny, and that's about it.
Well, it's going to be a good season, that is for sure. And I'm very intrigued next week to see if Idris decides to stay on Team UK or comes over to Team USA. If he does choose to come to you guys, would you be happy about that?
I mean, it makes it easy for us because that's the person that's getting thrown in every time. Right?
And you look great without a shirt on, Nany, so you'd love to have him on the team.
Oh, my
He
goodness.
is a very attractive man, I will say. Well, you guys, as I said, very impressive and very cutthroat. And I feel like I need to take some of what you're channeling and make it happen in my everyday life.
No.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You're good where you are.
You don't want to do that.
Well, we are going to take a very short break. On the other side, I'm going to get Johnny and Nany to be even more cutthroat because we are going to play our own little challenge with them. Cast on Blast is coming up. Don't go anywhere.
Ooh, cast.
Sean, my advice for the next time you come on the challenge is don't come on the challenge.
Welcome back to the show. I am still here with Bananas and Nany from MTV's The Challenge. And guys, you knew it was coming. We couldn't have these guys on the couch without playing our own MTV's The Challenge edition of Custom Blast.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Dun, dun, dun. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, so you may be veterans of The Challenge, but you are new to this game, so I'm going to tell you how it works. I'm going to throw up a picture of one of your castmates, and I want you to really just spill the tea on them. Just go to town, tell us stuff that the viewers want to know, just the meaty goodness.
Got it.
Yeah?
Got it. So
All
you're
right.
saying that we have to insult our cast members.
Yeah, I mean, look.
This is not new to us.
Wes has already been raked over the coals for his looks, but you'll have a chance to say other stuff about him later. But why don't we begin with Team USA enforcer and last season's champion, and maybe my future husband, Turbo.
Hey,
Turbo.
wait, is there a picture? Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Oh, Turbo. Let's see.
All right, so
Spill the
First
secrets.
guy I've ever had beard envy over, okay? I will say, the guy's got a phenomenal beard.
That he does.
My issue with him is he tries to make a game that cannot be played with nobility a noble game, okay?
Right.
And coming into this season, his whole thing is, oh, I want to play, straight up, and I don't want to, play the game. I want to play, and it's like, you can't.
Right.
You're gonna have to. It's like he tries to toe the line, and he tries to play a neutral game. And he tries not to vote, and he tries because he doesn't want to be viewed as playing the game. But it's like that's why we're here.
It is a game.
I actually asked him this season. I'm like, Turbo, don't you have games in your country? He's like, yeah, when we street fight. I'm like,
he's like, no, not
I
fighting.
meant like Scrabble. Like his whole thing is like,
Monopoly. Like,
Oh my goodness.
like, I don't know.
Nany, do you have anything to add?
listen, let me just say I love Turbo. I love him very much.
I do too, Turbo. I love you. Man. Don't kill me.
Yeah, I have nothing bad to say about Turbo, of course. I mean, we all have a bit of a temper, but I think his takes the cake for sure.
Yeah,
and
wow.
we'll see that this season.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that. And what about the guy you didn't pick, CT?
Oh,
He looks sad in that picture, you guys.
So why do you gotta pick that picture?
I know.
Come on.
Bad.
No,
Guys, go ahead.
he's just like a giant teddy bear. Like he really is. He has a little temper on him, but he really is like a giant teddy bear. Honest to God.
Yeah.
What you all right?
Listen,
What?
we didn't. It's not like we were like, CT, we're gonna repossess your home and we're gonna throw you out on the street.
They're gonna run over your puppy dog.
We're not gonna we're not gonna put you in a retirement. It's a game, right?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, he's so
How could you?
He's good. He's not that sensitive, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, I
His
mean.
life will go on.
Exactly, and it's not like we sent him to the gallows. I mean, we put him on
good
another
team.
I mean, there's
And a good team.
And
He's
a good
hanging out with
team.
the Brits.
Yes.
So,
Not a bad lot in life.
listen, love this guy. I mean, listen, me and CT have had our ups and downs, but definitely CT's the man. So
Yeah.
What about Wes?
Oh God, I love Wes outside of the game. In a game, I can't stand him. I want nothing
Right.
to do with him.
Yeah.
I don't trust a word that comes out of his mouth. Like honest to God, we could be having just a random conversation about anything other than the game, and I still question his motives for that conversation. Like that's what it comes down to.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I mean, Wes outside of the game and Wes on the game, they're two completely different people.
But then how do you have a friendship with someone that has these two sides?
And
Because
so this
you do the game, you play this game for so long, you have to understand that this is a game and that it's not real life.
This is the way I rationalize it. Me and Wes actually did a segment on Maury.
Oh, yeah?
We went on
Oh, yeah.
Maury. We sat down, we took a lie detector test. And one of the questions was, deep down, do you actually want to be friends with Wes? And I said no, and it was correct. And it was truthful. He said no, and he was lying.
Oh.
So it was kind of sad.
He just wants your approval.
He does.
But the way I rationalize and what I realize is it's like, Wes, this person sitting next to me on the couch, on Maury, I like this guy. I want to be friends with him. The persona that you are on reality TV, on the challenge, I don't want to be friends with.
Yeah.
So my real life person wants to be friends with your real life person. My reality persona does not like your reality persona. So that's the way I rationalize
That'll
that.
look very meta.
It is.
Yeah.
What about Laurel?
badass bitch.
She really, and she says bitch a lot. As well, doesn't she?
Yeah. Here's the thing about Laurel too. You know, I feel like we're saying a lot of nice things, but
Are we? I just all over 3 people.
me.
Oh, you are, yeah.
I like it. It's a balance.
Right. But with Laurel, I feel like people look at her and they're so intimidated by her. Yeah, she can be mean. She has that side to her, but we all do. But Laurel is she's real. And she's a loyal and she's a great friend. So
I mean, look at the picture. She looks like the teacher on the first day of school. It's like, take out your syllabus. My thing is with Laurel is what separates Laurel aside from a lot of the other females on the show is I think Laurel in a certain way lacks the ability to like process emotion the same way that a lot of the women on the show, like they'll get really emotionally involved and they'll feel, they'll play the game with their emotions. Laurel almost has the ability to like, she's like, should I feel bad right now? Should I be crying? And it's like, because she, in a way, it's almost like she just processes things devoid of emotion.
Yeah.
And it's just different than a lot, and it plays into her strategy.
Yeah.
And she has the ability to be cutthroat and to make decisions and to play the game in a way a lot of people don't. Guys too, where it's like, I mean, Josh is the most emotional human being on the planet, where it's like totally devoid of emotion.
Yeah.
Like a side.
You've all got to channel your inner sociopath at the end of the day.
Right.
And just like sort of cut that off. What about Cara Maria?
Ugh.
Finally, so yeah, that's what we came here for. All right, Nany, you go first then.
If you would have asked me this question 10 years ago, I would have been like, nicest person in the world.
Okay.
Today, I have nothing good to say about her. And you know what? She probably has nothing good to say about me either, and that's fine. But I don't like who she is today. I don't think she's a good person. And that's outside of the game and in the game, so.
And does your friendship with Laurel play any part in that, or is this completely your own?
No, I came back last season after taking 3 years off, and the Cara Maria that I saw last season is not the Cara Maria that I, want to have in my life. So coming into this game, it just so happened to be my friend is Laurel.
Yeah.
Laurel came back, and Cara Maria was there.
Yeah.
And so she was kind of on the opposite side of us, but I mean, no. Nah, I'm good.
I mean, you said it all with the ugh.
I know, I'm sorry.
Johnny, anything to add?
No, I mean, I've seen different. I've watched Cara Maria grow up. I've seen different sides of her. We had our issues in the past. We put all our differences aside. We had this, this amazing experience on one of the challenges where we actually became really close and really good friends. And because of, recent events in her life with new relationships, that's completely changed. Our relationship's changed. And there really is like a darkness that's come over her recently that really has, I think, changed our relationship and just kind of,
who she is as a person.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're really,
Makes a good TV though.
really trashing this cast here.
Yeah. What about Zach?
Oh, Zach. Sometimes, like in a challenge house, I almost forget that Zach is even there and that he's like a part of the game.
Is that a good thing though, ever?
For his game,
For his game, yeah.
Sort of like fly under the radar and then.
Sort of. I think Zach just does not have a patience for the day-to-day rigors and drama.
Yeah.
He hates the drama. He doesn't want to be involved in it. He doesn't want to be manipulated. He doesn't really want to play the game. He wants to show up. He wants to compete.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to deal with all the other stuff going on. And I
yeah.
think he finds himself sometimes involved in stuff that he doesn't necessarily want to be involved in. Like with last season, with the whole West thing. Like, I don't necessarily know if that was like, I think he was just trying to appease too many people at once. And, again, though, I think Zach, could benefit in the future from being a little more assertive and making his own decisions and not being swayed by, fear and emotions, which I think, he plays the game with sometimes.
Right.
Well. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I have to ask, how is your relationship with Zach since he was the reason that you ultimately went home last season?
It's complicated.
Right.
Me and Zach have always had a I don't even know how to describe our relationship. It's like
so up and down.
We talk. It's crazy because me and him have connected. Like I've connected with him and we've talked about things and we've gotten closer in certain ways than I have with almost any other, with the exception of Leroy maybe, any other guy on the cast. Zach opens up in a way that like most guys don't, and you know, we've had our dust-ups in the past where it's like, you know, he's thought that I've screwed him over. I've known that he's screwed me over. And it's kind of been like this, do I trust you? Do I not? After Final Reckoning, I thought that was all in the past when he kind of like sacrificed himself for the greater good. I thought we were hitting the reset button. But then coming into last season, it's like he's still up to his same old, you know, tricks with Wes. So it's like, I want to believe the guy. I want to work. He's a nice dude. Like I have nothing. Deep down, Zach's not a bad guy.
Right.
I just think again he gets caught up playing a game that he doesn't necessarily understand or want to play, but he gets sucked into it.
Yeah.
So again, outside of the show, it's like I wish no ill will on him. You know, him.
I mean, my God, he's dating my best friend. You know, he's with Jenna, and Jenna's like my family.
Jenna's awesome.
So,
but yeah, it's just tough in the game sometimes with him to be like, I don't know where we are.
Yeah.
I don't get where most people I can put. It's like I'm with you or I'm against you.
Yeah.
When push comes to
it's
shove,
like hard to get a read.
with him, it's like when push comes to shove, which way are you gonna go, dude?
Yeah,
So,
that makes it tough. When
It makes it really tough.
Zach's an awesome competitor. He's an athlete. So when he shows up to the challenge, all he wants to do is compete.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, he doesn't want to deal with everything else, which none of us do. But
but it's a package deal.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
that's what
it's
we sign
reality
up
TV,
for.
and with
That's
that
what we
comes
sign up
drama. Talking drama, Bear. What have you got to say about? I love Bear.
I love
as
Bear.
well.
I think he's great. He literally is like one of our favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's funny. He's a good competitor. I mean, I think he's
Bear
great.
is the real deal.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I thought I'd seen a lot of. As far as personalities are concerned, personality types, I thought I'd seen them all. Bear is one of the most unique human beings I've ever met in my entire life. When he first came on, because I'd heard about Bear. Oh, Bear, like because they talked about him, the UK cast members about this guy Bear.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think I'm not. I think I'm gonna think this guy's obnoxious. And when he first came on, I thought it was like, who's this guy? What's this act he's trying to put on? Then I realized that's who he really is.
Yeah.
Like he is 100%. That is him. That is whatever.
He's not trying.
Whatever this character, whatever this persona he's created. It's unique. It's awesome. He's a great addition to the show.
Yeah, for sure.
They bring the UK kids bring this.
It's a very different energy
This
than we're
childish exuberance that we have not had on the challenge in years. They make it fun again.
Exactly.
And he's like right there at the top where it's like the guy just always wants to have a good time.
Yeah, that's true.
Always
He's
wants
just
to have
going
a
to
good
stop
time.
having secret girlfriends
Goodness,
at
I
home
know.
and then hooking up with other girls, because he did that on Big Brother as well. I have to ask you about Theo, first of all, to tell us something about Theo. And also, can you give us an update on how his eye is? Because holy moly.
Yeah.
So he had a very unfortunate accident, obviously, in Spain. He got shot in the eye with a champagne cork.
His eye was cut in half.
Yeah. But from what we heard, the initial diagnosis was not as devastating as I guess his progress has been.
Okay.
So from the news that we've gotten, he's now left Spain. He's headed to London to this eye specialist. They've stitched his eyeball shut. And at first it was like, we might need to remove your entire eye. Now it sounds like he's going to be able to keep his eye, and he might, and there's a prognosis where he might have limited vision.
Okay.
So we're all obviously pulling
Like
for him.
praying for him,
Praying for him, dude.
That's so unfortunate.
I
and we
know.
love Theo, you know,
Love him.
he's just a great person overall. And for something like that to happen, it just goes to show, you know, anything can happen to anyone at any point in time. My God, he's in Ibiza, like having fun with his friends, enjoying his time, and something like that happens and he's rushed to the hospital.
Freak accident.
Yeah, it's just it's very unfortunate.
I've had instances where like I've literally popped like a bottle cap off or a champagne, and it comes when you're not expecting it. It's like, whoa, if that thing would have hit me. So, but again, Theo, he's such just a fun-loving, charismatic, genuine, awesome dude, and it just sucks. I think if he wasn't so tall, maybe the champagne cork would have missed. Yeah, the guy's 7'7",
Right,
so it's like
straight
you
up.
have to shoot the champagne cork straight up in the air.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, obviously sending well wishes to
Get
Theo.
well, Theo. We love you.
Yes,
man.
we love you, Theo.
What about Georgia?
My girl.
Yeah.
Love
And Bear's
Georgia.
ex-flame.
Yeah. Georgia's another one. She is the real deal. There is nothing fake or phony about that girl.
Yeah.
She is just, she's a great friend. She's a good time.
She wears her heart on her sleeve.
She does.
Totally.
And with that,
that's
I
why
respect
you guys.
that.
That's why you
We
guys
hit it-
vibe so
I
well.
know.
Because you're another one. This is why is your heart right here on your sleeve?
No, but she's a good person. She's just
Yeah.
a very genuine person. I love her.
I almost feel like, and I love Georgia to death, and I've told her this, and I said that Georgia has the heart of a champion, like of a lion. Like the girl does not give up.
No.
And she's loyal. but she's almost loyal to a fault. Where I'm like Georgia,
Yeah.
which the one weakness in your game, and I think this is what makes you such an amazing person outside of the show, is you're too trusting and you're too forgiving. And in this game, if you're that, you're going to be. That's going to be exploited, and you're going to be taken advantage of for that. What you need to do, and I've told this, I was like, you need to be more assertive moving forward. You need to put your foot down, and if somebody screws you over, or if somebody walks all over you, or if somebody is disrespectful towards you, you need to like cut that person out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you
She's still relatively new to this, so
and
she'll definitely learn that over time.
I think she already has. I mean, you learn, dude. You learn quick.
It takes getting screwed over a
You
couple
gotta get
times
burned.
for you to be like,
Right.
It's like a relationship. You got to get once
That
you
and
get
$1 million
burned-
at stake.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Once you get burned a couple times, you're like, all right.
Like, fool me
never
once, shame
again.
on you. Fool me
Yeah.
twice, shame on
Yeah.
What about Jordan?
Oh, I love Jordan. Talk about somebody with no filter. Will tell you straight up and down what he thinks, when he thinks it.
Yeah.
But with somebody like that, you have to respect it because there's nothing phony about him. You know, you don't ever have to wonder what he's thinking because he's gonna tell you what he's thinking,
Right.
whether you want to hear it or not.
Yeah.
So I love Jordan. I do.
And excited to see his engagement.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Jordan and I have obviously again had we started off on television together very at odds with each other.
Right.
Rocky ground. Like I really despised him. But over the years and over the seasons, like he's really, I think, come into his own. And he's really developed as a competitor. And he's always had this competitive spirit inside of him where he just has this incessant need to compete at a high level and to compete better than anybody else because of the disadvantage that he brings to the table. But what's crazy about him is he is better with one hand than most of the guys are with two.
Yeah.
And you cannot knock. I mean, listen, he might be a little over the top, arrogant, cocky, whatever, but he backs it up. And the guy's fearless. You know, the guy's fearless. He doesn't care. He comes into the game and he'll lay his cards on the table. But this is where I'm at. Where are you at? And you know, let's roll. That's why day one we're sitting there. It's like nobody wants to be like the speaker, or nobody wants to have the spotlight on them after the first challenge.
And Jordan's like, I'll do
You don't know
it.
what that means.
Right.
You don't know what you're signing up for, dude. He's like,
He
I'll
just
do it.
stepped in.
You want me to say CT?
Yeah.
CT. It's
All right.
like, buddy, hey man,
Yeah.
have at it.
Very brave man.
Yeah.
And then finally, the two of you. Johnny, I want you to tell me something about Nany, and Nany, I want you to do the same for Johnny.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
At least you didn't go, ugh.
Yeah.
No, I've known him now, like what, almost 10 years. So,
All started with the Twitter.
Johnny, I know. Johnny is probably the most charismatic person I know. And
Nice thing to say.
yes, and you know, we've had our ups and downs, but at the end of the day, he is somebody that I call a friend, and I think I don't care what anybody says, he's a great person and he's a great friend to me. So that's really all that matters.
That's so nice.
He's like, damn it, what do I
Johnny,
say now?
you better, come on, that's a hard act to follow. What can you say about Nany?
hurts. Nany stepped away from the game for a while, right?
3 years.
3 years. And there was something missing in the Challenge House for a while. There really was. There was something missing. And it wasn't until she came back last season that I remember, like we said with Bear and with Theo and these UK kids, whatever, they bring a certain something to the house.
Je ne sais quoi.
A je ne sais quoi. Nany's the same way. Like just having her back over the last 2 seasons, it's brought back, you know, that you know, us vets like who've been there for a while and we've competed it for a long time, we kind of see things through the same lens. You know, it's nice to have somebody else in the house that kind of is on the same page as you.
Yeah.
But also, she brings like a sense of humor and a levity to the house that a lot of people don't. And she's my girl, and you know, having her back in the house has really added something back to the house that wasn't there for a while. So
That's wonderful. I have to say, your friendship is very inspiring. So
Thank
keep
you.
doing what you're doing because we love watching it. It is time for our very last break of the day. But when we come back, we have got another moment from reality history, and it features a certain someone on this couch. Stay tuned.
ooh.
Welcome back to Reality Check. Now, as a tradition here, we do like to end the show with a great moment from reality TV history. And as I mentioned before the break, today's features one of our guests. Enjoy.
Tonight, you guys are going to be playing back up off me. When I say go, you're going to try to drag your opponent over to your own barrel and knock it over.
In this 2010 episode of The Challenge Cutthroat, Johnny Bananas is nervous about facing off against CT, one of his biggest rivals.
This kid's a monster, and it's going to take everything that I've got to weather his storm.
But CT is feeling strong.
Get this party going.
What was billed as an epic struggle turns into a slam dunk.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Which leaves the rest of the cast completely dumbfounded.
What the just happened?
CT's SmackDown makes this one of the greatest moments in reality history, and don't worry, Johnny was left mostly unharmed.
Am I hurt? My pride and my ego's hurt. That's what's hurt. Thank you for that.
Some vintage goodness. I have to
Appreciate that. Yeah, thanks. As if I didn't feel shitty enough today after the red eye flight and 9 hours of press. You got to go and do that.
I'm sorry.
And Nany and all of her.
We love you. I have to ask before we go,
Yeah.
what has been your favorite challenge so far?
Oh, that right there. You just showed it. Yeah, can we replay
I think
that
we
one more
both can
time?
agree that Free Agents.
Yeah.
is probably one of our
Free
favorites.
Free
Agents.
Agents. Yeah, it was great. And I mean, damn it, Nany, if you would have just ran a little bit faster, you would have won that.
I know.
I was telling her, run that mountain. I'm like,
He
move
carried me
your
to the
ass.
finish line.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
Move
did.
your ass.
Physically carried me. Remember,
Wow.
I got up the volcano.
Such great history
Yeah.
here, like
Yeah.
right here on this couch. I love it. Thank you so much for being my guest today. It's been an
Thank you for
absolute
having
pleasure
me.
meeting
Thank
the two
you for
of
having
you.
me.
Keep doing what you do because it's great to watch. That is it for today's show. I also want to thank my other guests, Kurt and Ashley Busch, for joining us. Make sure you check out their show as well on CMT Racing Wives Fridays at 10 p.m. And remember to follow @People on Twitter to watch the newest Reality Check episode that streams Monday through Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Have a happy Labor Day weekend, everybody. I'm off to Mexico. I'll see you next Tuesday if I come back. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bye.